So here we go again. I don't know what to say at this point. It has been a very tough year for gamers. Um, Obviously, there was a lot of disappointment around The Last of Us 2. Now, I'm not going to discuss the politics behind that or the social issues that they decided to touch on. I'm going to avoid spoilers. I also just don't want to give my stance on it. Um, I feel like I want to stay away from making any type of social comments or political comments, at least for the time being. Um, but with Cyberpunk 2077, I think this is a game that everyone, or maybe not everyone, but a majority of gamers were really excited to get their hands on. It seemed like a a breath of fresh air. Um, it seemed futuristic. It seemed immersive. It seemed like something that could have grabbed this generation of gamers, and something that we could have held as almost a love letter to this current generation. Obviously, before the PS5 and the new Xbox come out. I mean, I kind of think of it similar to The Last of Us 1, how it came out right at the end of the PS3 lifespan, and it was kind of a culmination of how far we had come. And just for me, it was the end for that generation. I feel like Cyberpunk 2077, in my mind, I was building it up in the same way, where it was kind of the end for the PS4 and the Xbox One. But it's been delayed again, and the creators of Cyberpunk 2077 don't want to ship anything that they don't think is ready. So I'm going to scroll down, and it's been delayed from September 19th to November 19th. CD Projekt Red has announced. Here's the full statement. And they've decided to move the launch of Cyberpunk 2077 to November 19th. And it says that those of you who are familiar with the way we make games know that we won't ship something which is not ready. Ready when it's done is not just a phrase we say because it sounds right. It's something we live by, even when we know we'll take the heat for it. At the same time, we are fully aware that making such a decision costs us your trust, and trading trust for additional time is one of the hardest decisions a game developer can make. And despite we think it's the right decision for the game, we'd still like to apologize for making you wait longer. Our intention is to make Cyberpunk 2077 something that will stay with you for years to come. In the end, we hope you understand why we did what we did. At the time we were writing these words, Cyberpunk 2077 is finished both content and gameplay wise. The quests, the cutscenes, the skills, and the items, all the adventures Night City has to offer, it's all there. But with such an abundance of content and complex systems interweaving with each other, we need to properly go through everything, balance game mechanics, and fix a lot of bugs. A huge world means a huge number of things to iron out, and we will spend the additional time doing exactly that. This week, journalists from all over the world are starting to independently play the game. We're eager and quite stressed to hear their opinions, as well as see your reactions when they publish their previews right after we air Night City Wire on the 25th of June. We hope this will satisfy some of your hunger for the game as we work to polish it for the November launch. So that was signed by the co-founder and the head of the studio. Uh, it's 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 a very transparent response, in my opinion. They acknowledge that it has been pushed back a few times, and that decision does cost trust. And they admit that it's one of the hardest decisions a game developer could make, but ultimately, I think they don't want a Days Gone situation where the game's ready, they put it out, and all anyone can talk about is bugs. I think that when you're putting out a game of this stature, a game with the ambitious goals such as this one, that you don't want bugs or first day issues taking away from the bigger picture, the end product, what you're trying to create. And in my mind, if this is something that will stay with us for years to come, the extra 2 months isn't a huge deal. In fact, I prefer that they took the extra 2 months to properly go through everything, balance the game mechanics, and fix the bugs that they mentioned. Of course, it's disappointing for gamers, for people that are interested in this. But ultimately, I want a product that I can plug into my game console, play, enjoy, and not have to worry about, random bugs and glitches and things that obviously weren't intended to be in the game. So, I mean, this game should have been out 2 months ago, but uh, I don't know what. Oops. Don't know why that's showing up. Just Game Radar. You need to figure out what kind of ads you're posting on your site, what kind of ads you're letting through. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not opposed to it, especially since news came out that people that will purchase Cyberpunk 2077 on PS4 and Xbox One will get a free upgrade when the new consoles come out. That's great to hear. Hopefully, Rockstar is taking notes because we're still buying GTA 5, which was originally released on the PS3. But ultimately, I'm very excited for this game. I think it will definitely be a game that we look back very fondly on, and I hope that them taking the proper time to fix this stuff pays off, that things are properly working, that things are ready for November, and that when we look back at this game, we remember it for what it was and not the delays. Ultimately, if they choose to delay it again after November, then, I'm looking at them a whole different way, because that's number three now. But I think that if this thing comes out in November, that it'll be well worth the wait. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for Cyberpunk? Do you think it'll live up to the hype? How do you feel with the delays? And let's discuss down in the comments. Thank you.